Yes.
Now that we've shared some of the things that we enjoyed on Euribia, it's time to point out the not so pleasant experiences we had. Hello and welcome to Julie Adventure Vlogs. So this video is the second part of my last video, our honest feedback cruising on MSC Euribia versus our previous experience with P&O ARVIA. If you've not watched the part 1, I will link it in the end screen at the end of this video, or you could check it out on my main page here on Julie Adventure Vlogs. Is the video right before this one. Remember that the opinions we've shared in this video is based on our personal experience cruising on MSC Euribia versus cruising on P&O ARVIA. Enjoy.
Yeah, in MSC we had the buffet, and
that's the marketplace.
The marketplace, and then we also had an allocated dining where we can go and have some special meals. In all these places, we had variety of menus and food to choose from. So much so that even my wife, who is a fuzzy eater, if you watch our previous videos, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Due to the fact that my wife is a fuzzy eater, we leaned more on the marketplace,
which is the buffet.
And at no time did we go there that she did not find something to eat.
That's true.
Then, even in the private, the allocated dining, even though she struggled, but at the end, she found something to eat.
I always found something to eat. Yeah. If for nothing, the company was nice as well, so I made up for that. So, like, I'm particular about, I can eat boiled egg, but it has to be hard boiled. And with Euribia, it was straightforward. Every time I picked up boiled eggs, they were hard boiled. Or if they had fried, they had a tray for like soft runny yolk, which and then they had a tray for hard fried. So I always had something, which particularly with the British background of P&O, I struggled a bit with eggs because they were mainly runny eggs. It was hard to find hard boiled or hard fried egg, if I might use that word. So yeah, with food, I don't think it was a problem. Like I always say in my video, don't judge food by my own standard. But my husband is a good judge for food because he's very open to what he eats.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, our biggest challenge with MSC Euribia Marketplace Buffet was finding a seat.
A seat.
Oh my word!
In one instance, it took us about half an hour.
Yeah, that was it. The day we were disembarking. Oh my God!
It took us nearly half an hour.
Because sometimes you find a seat and it's not cleaned. So if you decide to wait there, staff were busy. Staff was thin on ground. Really, you could see that they were really, really thin on ground. So at that buffet, so they were walking themselves out.
Yeah.
So you had to wait, and yeah, you might be walking, you see seat, but other families or people are occupying it, and they really don't want to share. So if you need to, and there are people, maybe the odd one here and there, but if to find a seat that is comfortable for both of you to eat. I imagine that we're just two. Imagine if it was someone when we came with the whole family. I don't know what would have done.
Yeah.
And yeah, I felt a little bit challenged because even when the staff got to the table, what happened was that the cleaning of the table was so quick, and the cloth, because of course the table was messed up with food. Cleaning the table was a bit trust in us. Yeah. Visually, the table looked like it's been cleaned, but trust me, having done infection control, our hand washing and using machines to look at how we think we've washed and yet we've not washed, I'm just imagining in my head all the stuff that has been left there that we need to sit down and eat. So sometimes I have to put the tablecloth over it to place my food. That's because they are in a hurry. So they were hurrying to get to the next table to wipe because there were a lot of other people like us who were searching for seats. I'm not sure if it's because the time we went on that particular day, usually we were not early birds to get to the buffet in the morning.
Yeah.
But on that disembarkation day particularly, we were meant to leave our room by 8 o'clock. So we were there earlier than we usually are. Nevertheless, even other days there was challenge, but this particular day,
it was something else, I would say.
Oh my God! At some point, we are going to give up sitting down to eat, but then it would have been a waste of food that we've collected. And then you find that when you make your toast, by the time you find your seat, the toast is already cold.
Good.
So you see that when you find your seat, you now go back and get the toast. Then you have to queue up to get toast. So yeah, in that regards, we found it a bit challenging. Not to say that there was no queue on P&O ARVIA, but I think they managed it better with summer breaks as opposed to this that didn't have much kids. There were really few children on board. So imagine what that would have been in the summer. So yeah, that was a big challenge and something we didn't really like. I know we beat on this point, but yeah, it was one of the things that we were like, no. But it doesn't stop us. We'll make our decision at the end of the video. So just keep watching. By the way, have they subscribed?
Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up. And it's free.
It's free. Absolutely free. Costs nothing. Leave your comments and share this video. We will really appreciate that. So the next point that we'll be looking at is the idea of the channels on the TV. So during the summer, I think because it was a 14-day cruise, we had quite a bit of time on our hands. Some of the days when we were at sea, we wanted to watch a movie. A few times we watched a movie in our cabin, and there were quite a few films that we watched that were really interesting, and it didn't cost us any extra. However, on board MSC Euribia, there was barely anything to watch really in terms of video without you paying. So I don't know how that works. So the cruise itself was cheaper as compared to P&O. So maybe that's where the price comes into play. Talking about the price now, the drinks was another issue. So Honey, what do you want to say? Yeah,
the pay-as-you-go drinks was very expensive when compared to P&O.
It was more like double of P&O. Yeah, because just a little short of double. Because with P&O, I think pay-as-you-go glass of drink when we went out for our evening entertainment was something like £4.90 or thereabouts. The same drink we ordered was probably $7.99 or $8.99, something like that. Yeah, we are not drinkers per se, so buying a drink package would be a waste of money for us. So we usually do a pay-as-you-go to get what we wanted when we wanted. Mostly in the evenings when we were getting ourselves entertained. Yeah. Same. It goes back to the fact that the cruise was cheaper as probably. So that's where they are making the difference. And also the photographs.
The photographs were something else. They lure you to take some photos.
There were photographers everywhere. They were everywhere, which I love. Trust me, I don't get tired of taking photos. So you end up taking that many. And then when it was time to get it, and what did we do? We ended up not taking our photos. We loved quite a few of them. We only took one, which was the one we showed you earlier. The initial one we took, more like our memory for embarking on the cruise ship. It was expensive. So I had my camera. My camera, which is my phone, is very good. So I had a lot of photographs. But you know the way when you have more like a professional photograph that was edited and all that. They cut you at different times that you won't be putting camera yourself and all of that. So I would have loved to have those photos. But anyway, it wasn't a do or die affair. So we decided it wasn't worth spending the total amount of money for those photographs. So we didn't take it. We only took the one that we felt we really needed. So
the next point is there was no accessible portable drinking water points. There are no points where you can get drinking water, unlike in P&O ARVIA.
So with P&O ARVIA, there were water points on quite a reasonable amount of public places. So like in their Sky Dome, they had the water points there. On I think it's deck 6 and 7, or deck 6 or deck 7, they had one. There was another one somewhere. I can't really remember it offhand. So we will go with our water flasks and get some cold drinking water as opposed to buying. But on MSC Cruise, there was one, but you had to go to the buffet, which is on deck 15. We were on deck 10. We were on deck 11. On deck 11 towards the front of the ship. And the buffet is on deck 15 towards the back of the ship. So getting to deck 15 to the buffet meant we had to either climb up on the lift, go outside in the open space, which I'm going to be showing you there. And the weather, it was winter. So sometimes the wind and the rains, we had to walk through to that place, or we go through the promenade, indoor promenade, which is always hype and full of activity. So if you are not really ready for outdoors, that's like the city center, I always call it. You didn't want to walk through there, or on the top floor, which is deck 7, through the Japanese restaurant.
Yes.
So yeah, it was not very accessible, except you were on that side, the aft side of the ship. Then it would just be go on the lift and out and go in. So that's with my nurse's hat now, that's dehydration. So you kind of didn't drink that much water, as opposed to if you had water available. And so yeah, they had water in the mini fridge we had in the room, or mini bar we had in the room, but you had to pay for it, and it wasn't cheap. No. So that's another thing that I wish it was different. Water is something it's health, actually. It's health related. It's not just like drinking alcohol or drinking juice or something. Water is basic. So I think having a water point where people could access water. Imagine if it was a summer cruise, because you tend to drink more in the warm weather as opposed to the cold times. Yeah, so it's health. I see it as basic, like food, so it should be readily available. I don't know what operates in other cruise ships, but I'm glad that P&O has that as one of the basics. So we ended up drinking a lot of tea in our room, because we could boil water and drink tea as opposed to just drinking pure water. You appreciate what I mean? Yeah.
The next point is that in MSC there's no room for laundry services, as opposed to P&O ARVIA.
Yeah, with P&O ARVIA, there were laundrettes. So little laundries, you could go in and do your laundry. We spent 2 weeks on ARVIA, so we really did need that laundry. So it was nice to kind of go in halfway into your holiday. You have your things nicely laundered and clean, fresh, ready for you to use for the following week. And by the end of your cruise, you're coming back with a clean suitcase, because everything is nice, washed and ironed. So that's a big plus for ARVIA, and I wish Euribia had that. Nevertheless, it didn't mean we didn't enjoy our cruise. We did enjoy our cruise.
We had an unpleasant experience in one of our tours when we got into one of the ports.
Yeah. So I think I did mention it in our main video, which again I will encourage you to watch. I think it was when we got to Bruges and Zeebrugge. That was the port. So it was when we got to Zeebrugge, and we already made our inquiries before coming. I also said on that video that I did join a Facebook group. So we were sharing information on things to do, where to go to at each port. And it was clearly said that Zeebrugge had a train and tram that was cheap, like €5 to Bruges, which is where everybody wanted to go to. And then when we got out at the port, we did ask staff in uniform, where is the train station? Because we also heard from that group that the train station wasn't far, but we are new to the place. And they told us that the trains and the trams were on strike. Now, like I said in my video, I don't know if it was an unintentional misinformation or it was planned. I cannot say, so I will not be pointing fingers. But it wasn't really fair, because we ended up with what was available apart from the MSC Cruise Company, which of course was expensive, and we didn't want to spend money on that. So we ended up paying €25 each return to go to Bruges and return. Meanwhile, just as we boarded, we were not the only ones. There were quite a few experiences, because on that Facebook group, people were now sharing the same information. So they didn't tell it to just us. They told to quite a few people who were asking for direction to the train or the tram station.
Yes.
And just after we paid, people now started posting, those who got to the train station that we were looking for, now started posting that they were actually on the train and they paid £5 to get there and £5 to come back. That is €5 to get there and €5 to come back. So €10 as opposed to those of us who paid €50. So yeah, it didn't break our bank, but we just felt like if you have to give information, like you need to give it well. So that's one thing that we didn't really like, because we felt kind of cheated. So yeah, we didn't really like that.
Yes.
No, we didn't. So we didn't like that.
Like that.
Nevertheless, having said all of this, remember, if you have started halfway, we did highlight all the things we loved about cruising on MSC Euribia.
Yes.
And this part of it is just stating those things that we did not like. Nevertheless, if you ask us again, honey, would you cruise MSC Euribia again?
Of course.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Will you go on any MSC cruise again?
Yes.
Certainly. We will jump at it. We will go for P&O and we'll go for MSC Euribia or any of the other MSCs. We always look at it that you make your holiday your own. Like, we try not to let external factors impact on our feeling about our holiday. Every day we wake up and we are positive about our experience. We try to not let anything spoil our holidays, because getting holidays is not easy by our profession. And then the cost of going on that holiday, we will not let anything or anyone spoil it for us.
That's true. Holidays are a place to relax, place to make friends, place to forget about your, as we say, forget about your sorrow.
And just enjoy. Just enjoy. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. We thought we could come out and highlight some of the plus points for MSC and some of the things that they could do better. Like we said again, it was based on our experience of MSC Euribia and MSC ARVIA. Remember, if you have not subscribed, this is the time to do so.
Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And
comment in the comment section. I always love to hear from you in the comment section. And share to your family, share to your friends, share on your social media platforms. Now we are loading. Are you ready to reveal the next holiday coming? Or is it a secret?
It's a secret.
We do love secrets. Anyway, another holiday is loading and you will be experiencing shortly with... Look, let's do it this way. What do you think? Just have a wild guess. What cruise company do you think we are cruising on next? Leave the comments in the comment section. Till we see you next time, don't forget, life is for living, for love and laughter. Bye. Don't forget to click on those videos popping up to watch. I'm sure you will find them entertaining and informative. Bye.